everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy. I am the mother of four. I'm the wife to a smoking hot husband, and I love vintage. I love upcycling. I love thrifting. So if you love any of those things, then please make sure to subscribe and comment on this video letting me know what you enjoyed the most. I really wanted to stick to simple things. My kids are home for the summer, so everything that I made, I had in mind, this has to be simple. It cannot take a lot of time. And I know there's a lot of you out there that don't have a lot of time either. So I'm excited to show you these. Make sure that you guys help me out and comment. It is absolutely free and it helps YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my content and they're more likely to share it out. So you guys, let's get into this video. We are going to start out with this amazing wood box, you guys. It was already made for me, already stained. It was $5.49 at Savers. I liked the stain color, so I didn't even have to paint it or do nothing. I am going to grab the Paradise IOD paint inlay. This is so gorgeous. It's so vibrant, you guys. And to be honest, when I thought of something easy to do, I thought of paint inlays. And I know a lot of you are like, girl, you're crazy, but let me show you. So for this paint inlay, it's almost like a wallpaper sheet. So the images do line up, which I thought was amazing because I was afraid I was going to have like half of a bird here, but I did not. So I lined this up with my wood box, and the great thing about these paint inlays are that they have grids on them so that nothing has to be uneven. And then when you are lining up the two pieces together, you can connect the grids together. So after I cut this down to size, this is where it's easy, you guys. Instead of using paint, we are going to use not a paint inlay. We are going to use liquid patina. So I'm going to grab my liquid patina and I'm going to brush this on a healthy coat in sections. I'm then going to grab my mister and I'm going to spritz my box, and then I'm going to spritz my paint inlay. I'm going to lay that right over that liquid patina, and then I'm just gonna, I had a sandwich bag nearby. I'm gonna use that to smooth this down. You could also use a brayer, or you can use plastic wrap as well. Then for our second piece, I'm going to take that and we're gonna line that up. And again, I'm gonna use that liquid patina. I'm gonna put it on. Always do it in sections, you guys, because what happens is that liquid patina or your paint's gonna dry down. But that's also why I missed the box and the paint inlay, so that I can make sure that it is wet enough for that liquid or that paint inlay to adhere. You guys, it's been so long making a video, I don't even know how to talk. I don't even know how to give direction right now. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. For those of us that are new and have not done this, we are gonna take the liquid patina and we are going to then spritz the box and spritz the paint inlay. And then we are going to attach the paint inlay to the liquid patina. Now, paint inlays, how they work are the paint, the image on that paper infuses with the liquid patina, or if you're using paint, it infuses with that, and that's how it essentially transfers on to the project that you're working on. So for me, it is a lot easier using liquid patina versus paint, because with the paint, you have to work very fast, especially if you're using DIY's clay-based paint, because it dries down fast. But that is where I have learned that taking the spritzer or the water bottle and misting the actual item and then the paint inlay works like a charm. You guys can see here, I did not line up my, my graphic the right way. So I had to piece this together as best as I could to make it look like a scene. So I am going to dry this. I just used my heat gun, you guys. Your paper will turn white again. You can see the difference of when it's wet, when it's dry. This is going to reactivate that paint inlay so that we can peel it off. And you will see, look at that. Look at how vibrant those colors are on this. I think I have one or two of these left online, you guys. And oh my gosh, it's so stunning. Now keep in mind, you guys, with a paint inlay, it is not going to be perfection. It is not going to be 100%. the paint inlays are transferring on. Sometimes you're going to have grooves and things like that in your image. You could see right here, all of the bird did not show up, but that is okay. I want this to look weathered. I want it to look like it's an older piece. So don't have that expectation. Sometimes it transfers perfectly, but I would say like 80% of the time it doesn't. So keep that in mind. We're not crafting for perfection, you guys, okay? Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Okay, and you guys, I just ended up clearing this with Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum, the like spray paint, and this is how she turned out. I love these vibrant colors against that gray stain. It worked out so well. And then again, I just cleared it with the Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum. And there's the side. I love these birds. They're so gorgeous. And then this is how I put it together, made a little vignette out of that. And the box itself will be available on the website for purchase if anybody is interested. I love the groupings. I love the books, and that plant in there just ties it all in. Gorga. All right, you guys, this little wood drawer I had on my Whatnot show, and nobody wanted to buy it. And I was like, maybe it's the color. So some of you have seen me do this before. We are going to distress this down using a candle. So this is just a Dollar Tree candle. The more candle wax you get onto your surface, the more distressed it's going to look. So I did this in a previous video just recently, and I didn't use enough wax. I think I did it on like a doorknob and a sewing drawer. So this time I remembered that, and I made sure to put tons of pressure because I definitely wanted it a lot more chippy looking. So after I apply that, I'm going to grab Juniper. And this is a part of the JRB Cottage Colors, and it has a built-in top coat. So again, you guys, we're going for fast, we're going for easy, and I didn't want to have to do an extra step. So with this color, I was able to put it on, and that was it. So when you're using wax to distress, it is a lot different than using a crackle medium, because with the crackle mediums, you know, you can only do one stroke of the paintbrush, and if you don't, you pull up all that paint. You don't have to worry about that when you are using the candle wax on these. Now, once it is completely dry, you're going to take some shipping tape or duct tape or whatever, and you're going to press that down really well, and then you're going to pull it up. And what this is doing is basically it's grabbing onto all of that paint that was sitting on top of the wax. Okay, so wherever you put that wax, when you put the paint over it, it's not adhering to the actual surface. It's just sitting on top of that wax. And that's what allows us to pull it up with the tape. So I need to show you the front of this because that is where like all of the goodness lies, was the front of this drawer. But I guess I wanted to show you every little step. See, this is, you guys, I'm off my game. I'm off my game. Oh, it's been too long. But, okay, I think it's coming right now. Okay, so look at this when we peel this off. Oh, I love it. And the wax look gives you more of like a layered paint kind of vibe, you know, that you would see like at a barn. And that I love, love, love that look. So I just kept the drawer that like taupey color it was. And if you don't have something that you like the color, you can paint multiple colors on it. And here's the vignette that I put together for this box. I added some music sheets in there, some old baby shoes, a doily, some beautiful little chunky butter pats, and this came out so good. I think that it will definitely sell now that it is a green color. People love, love, love green. And those butter pats are available on my website, you guys. All right, this I posted on social media, and probably 99% of the people said upcycle it. It had this random upside down fruit image on it. I don't think it would be that bad if the fruit was actually right side up. It was the weirdest thing. So I'm going to take Collage de Florals, and I chose this one because the florals were so big. I knew that they would cover the graphics on this teapot. So we are going to layer some of these transfers. And that is what's fun about the IOD transfers, you guys, is that they don't have to look how they are in the book or how they're advertised on the back of the book. You just have to be willing to think outside the box. You have to be willing to make mistakes. It might not transition from your head to the actual item, which happened in this case, which we will see. But I am going to start by layering in the background, and I am pushing down on the transfer while lifting up on it, and then I'm going to burnish that in. So I'm just rubbing the carrier sheet onto the transfer, making sure it's adhered. Then I chose to take this big white rose. I think it's a rose, you guys. And I wanted, again, this bigger transfer because I needed it to cover that image. I tried taking the image off with a razor blade and it did not want to come off. So this was a little trickier because I had to get around the corner. I also had to get on the spout. So it was definitely not the easiest, and it did not turn out absolutely perfect, and that's okay. So with the transfers, they have a little tack to them, so they will stick, but you will see that usually my thumb is always on the carrier sheet because I'm trying to keep it from popping up on me. When it pops up, the transfer comes with it, and then you're going to get a little bit of cracking. So I'm trying my best to keep it as one piece. You'll see I end up taking the scissors, and I'm going to cut that top piece of the transfer off that I already put on the teapot. That way I have more control over the transfer sheet. Now, as we go to curve the surface, this is where it gets tricky, but take your time, you guys, and be patient. Again, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. So I had to take it off screen, you guys. I had to like hold it on my lap to try and get the last bits on there. And then the next side, you guys, this is where I think I went wrong. I started with a red flower, a little red. Is this a lily, you guys? I think this is a calla lily. And I put this one on first. And then because the rest of the white florals were far too large, I decided to go with one of the red florals. But I don't know, it almost looks like to me that I made two different, like completely different teapots on the right side and the left side. And then the red side almost looks too dark for the wood. So you guys will have to tell me down in comments how you feel about this teapot, because it's not my favorite. I tried, you guys, but to me the red on the one side is throwing me off. I feel like it should have been another white flower. So after I put that on, you guys, I'm just going to grab a paper towel, my clear DIY. Oh, nope. That's the last part. I took, because I don't like blank spaces, you guys. So I always have to be extra, and I got to fill them in with something. So I grabbed a butterfly and I grabbed a dragonfly. Now we're taking the paper towel, dipping it into our clear wax, and we are going to buff that in, and that's going to seal our transfer. And while I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and buff that into the rest of the wood, give it a drink of wax so it looks nice and fresh. And I did not take a video, so you guys have to look at this. So that's the right side. That's the left side. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Now we're going to work on these birds. You guys, all of this stuff, I kid you not, has been sitting around my craft table as we're going to eventually work on it. I got these from Whatnot, but the sticker shows they were from Dollar General for $4, so you might be able to pick these up still. And I am taking weathered wood. This only took one coat, you guys. DIY clay-based paints are so good. They have so much coverage on them. The JRV Cottage colors, they're great, but you do have to do multiple coats with them. Usually with the DIY paints, it's like one coat and you're done. So I'm using my chippy brush. I love my chippy brushes. They're in my Amazon storefront in the description box, you guys. And I like them because the bristles get into all of the details when you have this much going on. So I'm going to paint both birds the same. So both of them are going to get the weathered wood coat here. And then we are going to move on to dry brushing. Yep. All right, you guys, I need to work on my editing skills again. We're watching this way too long. Okay, so dry brushing. We are going to take vintage linen and you're going to dip a little tiny bit into your paint. Then you take your paintbrush and you're going to dab the excess of it off. And I will show you right here. I dip it in and then I brush it off onto the paper towel. And now I'm brushing what remains on my paintbrush onto the bird. And this allows the paint to just sit on top of all of those beautiful details instead of covering every little aspect of it. So that is why I put down the base layer of the weathered wood, and then the white is just going to make all of those details pop out. Now, if you don't like this and you wanted it a little bit more white, just keep a little bit more paint on your brush. But I love using this effect on detailed pieces like this. You can also use white wax, but I definitely think that the outcome is a lot different looking. I like this one a lot more. And after this completely dries, oh, well, I was going to say too, what's nice about the DIY paints is they're water soluble. So for its little eyes that I got all of the paint on, I just took a paintbrush with water on it and a paper towel, and it came right off. And then to seal these, we're just going to take DIY's clear wax. And the reason I put my clear wax on the top of its lid, you guys, is because DIY waxes and paints are all natural. So if you contaminate it, it can go bad. So I always pour my paints out into a container, and I always take my wax out as well. And then these are just going to cure, and these little dudes are going to be ready to display. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I'm like, this is too long to watch me wax a bird, but I'm getting back in the groove of things, and you guys just get to hear me talk, so. And here is how they turned out. I love these so much better than the red and the blue because now they're everyday decor, every season decor, instead of the red and blue, which would definitely be seasonal, or you would have to have those colors in your home. I love how they turned out. I love that dry brushing and those beautiful, I was going to say blue eyes. They're definitely yellow, you guys. Okay. I got these little wood risers on Whatnot. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Their little legs are absolutely adorable, and we are not going to paint those legs. I like them just as they are, but because I didn't know where the wood came from, I'm going to go ahead and take Salvation Solution and I'm going to coat that wood. This is almost like shellac, you guys. It prevents stains from coming through your paint. So we are going to coat both of these with the Salvation Solution in clear. It also comes in white as well. If you have a maybe like a darker piece or furniture, something like that, you might want to use the white one. For the first one, I am going to take, I think this is Veranda by JRV Cottage Colors. I'm going to have to do 2 coats on this to get full coverage. And I'm just going to go on the top and the sides. Again, I'm not going to paint the legs of these risers. I want to see that beautiful wood. And for the round piece, we are going to go to our tried and true Apothecary. If you guys do not have Apothecary in your stash, what are you doing? This color, I swear, goes with anything, any style, any other color. It is just perfection. So I only had to do 1 coat of the Apothecary with this one. And then I took out a million different transfers, but I settled on Percante. And I'm going to use this rose that I've been hoarding. And you guys, you know that you hoard those transfers that you're like, oh, I got to wait till the perfect piece. And you would think because I sell it that I'd be like, well, I could just go grab another book. Like it's no problem. No, I still hoard transfers. I still am like waiting for the most perfect piece. But this one I finally decided to let go. And for this one, you guys, we're just going to push down on that transfer as we're peeling up on as we are pulling up on that carrier sheet. And then as we work our way down, we will then get some of the lettering And I'm going to put that. I told you I don't like blank spaces. Like I have to fill them in. So I just grabbed some of the text that came on this transfer and I'm going to put that on the top. And then of course you're going to burnish your transfer in. For the pink, this is also out of the Bercante transfer book. Bercante was actually my first transfer book that I ever used, and I love it because it has labels, it has flowers, it has butterflies, birds. It has a little bit of everything. So if you're new to transfers, this might be a transfer book to consider. So after I put the sheep on, you guys, do you notice there's blank spots on the right and the left side? So I had to fill those. So I'm taking, I think this is Riviere. And you guys, this stamp is so underrated. I don't know how I don't have more sales for this because what's nice about it is everything is mirrored in here. So like if you have, you want to use detail pieces on the corner of something, or for me, I wanted to use pieces to make it almost look like one of those wreaths on the right and the left side of the lamb. And the mercantile stamp was far too big. And I looked at this one, I was like, oh my gosh, this has so many elements that we can use on so many more projects. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my mount, my stamp mount, and it has the grid. So what's nice is I can line this up so that I get it perfect on each side. We're going to go ahead and ink that up with some black ink. And then I'm going to turn it on around and I'm going to press it down with one hand as I rub down with the other hand, which I guess is in the next scene. I will work on this again, you guys, my editing. And there we go. So pressing down, we're going to lift that up and it looks like it belongs there. It looks so good. And then I'm going to clear both of them with liquid patina. I like using liquid patina because it gives it a matte finish. Big Top is going to give you a little itsy bitsy bit of sheen on there. And I prefer the matte look. So let's see how they both look. Here is the front of the first one. And I love how this turned out. Oh, and I did on this one, I rubbed the sanding block on top of it. And here it looks. Here it is displayed with a little glass flower frogs and some florals, but these would be perfect, you guys, on the side of a sink, in the bathroom. They are so adorable. This one came out good. I think I smeared the ink a little bit because I was being impatient and didn't wait for it to dry. And then here it is with some butter pats and a little syrup, what do you call it? Syrup pitcher. You guys, I'm a mess. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure to comment which one was your favorite. I guess it's time to clean the craft room. He has Spanish moss on him, a thrift sticker, and he just had some floral foam stuck to this, all of this. Yep, that's you. That's digging places you don't belong, mister. Say hello to your friends. Hello, have you missed me? Nope, don't. Hey everybody. See, I can't even talk. It's been so long. I like messed up a million times filming and editing and all those things. It has been so long. But I am still here, you guys. I'm still planning on putting out content. I am just really, I swear, after having Mickey, I just cannot get like my schedule going. Like I can't find, what am I trying to say, you guys? There is no schedule. That's what I'm trying to say. There is no schedule. Every time I think that like I'm on track and then, you know, I've started this like great flow, then, you know, a child is homesick or something happens and it deters everything that like I've been doing. So I've kind of had to have the mindset that like it's going to happen when it happens and I have to stop putting so much stress on myself. So I was able to last week start crafting and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it out when I can and enjoy it. And hopefully I still have people that are watching my channel and are still getting notifications. So I miss you guys so very much. I am going to start posting more items to my website as far as like thrift finds and things like that. So make sure to check Shop My Junk. I think I'm going to change that to Shop My Finds, my vintage finds, something like that. But definitely check that out. Keep an eye on the website because I will be adding more and more vintage items on there. And then I just added butter pats. And then of course I've been trying to keep up with the craft supplies. I do have all of the waxes in stock now, decoupage papers. I think I have most of the paints in stock as well. And then I do need to do a reorder of IOD. I still don't have the spring, was it the spring release restock? I don't have that restock. So just keep an eye out. I hope you guys enjoyed the random video back. So have a great week, you guys, and I can't wait to read your comments. Bye.